If you're paying over 6 figures a year in insurance, you do not lose money on workers' comp because of one claim. You lose it because that one claim quietly follows you for 3 years in your mod. Today, I want to walk you through a real-world case where a good, well-intentioned owner got burned by one questionable back claim and ended up paying for it 3 separate times. This is for the owners, execs, CFOs in that $1 to $50 million revenue band, especially construction, manufacturing, and distribution. If you've ever had a claim that didn't just feel right, but you didn't want to be the bad guy, this is exactly the situation we're talking about. That hesitation is what turns gray area claims into a very real premium dollar situation. So let me set the scene for a second. A regional service contractor, around 70 employees, mix of field techs and shop workers, had a tech report a back injury at the end of a long day. Story was, hey, I tweaked my back lifting equipment into the truck. No witnesses, end of shift, everybody's tired and ready to go home. The owner is a really good guy, actually. Great reputation, genuinely cares about his people. So his immediate reaction was, all right, go get checked out, we'll file the claim, the insurance company will handle the rest. There was no standardized injury form, no question about exactly where it happened, what position he was in, any prior complaints, who was nearby, just hey, I hurt my back at work, and move on. On paper, this was just a basic strain, but over the next few weeks, things started to drift a little. The tech ended up completely off work, treatment kept expanding, restrictions never seemed to change. Every new doctor note seemed to say the same thing, hey, stay out a little bit longer. Owner had that odd gut feeling that something was off, but he didn't want to come across as accusing the employee of faking it, so he stayed hands off and assumed the carrier would push things along. Here's what didn't happen. No detailed written statement from the employee, no supervisor statement or witness notes, no questions about prior back issues, and no conversation about light duty or even modified duty. Everyone just kind of defaulted to, hey, he's hurt, he's off, let's see what happens. So fast forward 18 months, and this maybe claim did a lot more to the business than what he kind of expected. First, claim itself turned into a long duration, lost time claim with extended treatment and permanent partial disability component. That alone is a pretty big hit. Second, their EMR or experience mod jumped. They went from a comfortable sub 1 to a much higher 1.XX, largely driven by this one big claim plus couple of small ones. That mod is a 3-year look back, so the impact didn't just show up once, it stayed with them at every renewal. Third, that higher mod translated directly into tens of thousands in additional premium per year. So they paid for this injury once at the direct claim cost, once with the higher mod, and again, every renewal the mod stayed elevated. And that's what I mean when I say you pay for the fraud or even just unmanaged claims 3 separate times. When we went back and analyzed the situation, the red flags weren't really that subtle. Injuries reported at the end of the shift, no witnesses, prior informal complaints about this person's back pain, but nothing documented, no clear description of the task or body position when the injury supposedly happened, and no attempt to bring the worker back on light duty. Does that necessarily prove outright fraud? No, but it does prove this. The system made it very easy for a gray area claim like this to turn into a very expensive long tail loss. Now, here's the important part. The fix did not involve the owner turning into a PI. We didn't install cameras everywhere. We didn't start accusing people. We did 3 simple things, really. We rolled out a 1-page injury report that captured the exact time, the location, the task being done, equipment involved, names of anyone nearby, and any prior complaints. Supervisor signs off on it, the employee signs off on it, and it all happens as close to the event as possible. Instead of just a go wherever you want type situation, we also picked a single clinic where we sat down with them, walked them through the jobs, and set expectations about communications and return to work. They understood that the goal was safe recovery and appropriate modified duty whenever possible. And third, we built a simple list of light duty rules. They comprised of shop organizing, training, inspections, and admin tasks. So when the doctor says, hey, no lifting over 20 pounds, we already know where that person is going. It's not up for debate. It's just part of the program. And Again, none of this attacks the legitimate injuries. It just removes the oxygen from the fire that is exaggerated or opportunistic claims. Just tells your team, hey, we take injuries seriously and we also take the process seriously. So over the next couple of policy terms, as new claims came in under this tighter process, the story changed a bit. So obviously, fewer claims turned into long duration lost time. We caught inconsistencies early because the facts were written down on day one. The mod started creeping back down and trending back toward the old mod as those old claims years rolled off and the new, better managed years rolled on. Again, nothing flashy, just boring, consistent discipline that removed a hidden premium tax on their premiums. So if you're listening to this and you can think of one or two claims in the last few years that just didn't feel quite right, the question isn't, was it fraud? The better question is, did our process make it easy or hard for that kind of claim to grow? Your next step is really simple. Get a standard injury report form in place, pick a clinic and set some expectations with them, and build a one-page light duty plan if you can. If you want help connecting the dots between your claims history, your EMR, and what it's actually costing you, that's exactly where my workers' comp mod audit is built to do. We pull your data apart, find the leaks, and give you a clear playbook to fix it over the next few policy years. Drop a comment in with the word claims if you want a copy of the exact injury report template I recommended to my clients.